Hi everyone, this is the beginning of chapter 14. Beginning of chapter 14 we're going to be talking about exponents today. So the first thing I need to know is, what does an exponent mean? What does that look like? So if you look over here and on your notes packet, I have, when I'm talking about exponents, I have a base number and an exponent. The exponent is always the small number to the upper right hand of the base number. So right here I have a base of 6 and an exponent of 2. What this means is I'm going to multiply my base by itself 2 times. So 6 to the second power is really 36 because I take 6 times 6. Here are some other ways that I can say exponents. If I say the second power of 10, my power always refers to my exponent. If something is squared, it is to the second power. If a base number, so my base of 6, if my base of 6 is to the third power, again, the third power, my exponent is 3. Cubed also means 3. So the exponents of 2 and 3 are kind of special because if something is to the second power, it's always squared. And if something is cubed, it's always to the third power. So again, if I'm talking about third to the fourth power, 3 is my base and 4 is my exponent, and again I say power if I'm talking about an exponent. So these are all different examples of ways that you might see exponents. Alright, so again, very important that we can identify what is the base and what is the exponent. So the base number is always my big number. It's the number that I'm multiplying. So my base here is 7 and my exponent is 6. So now why don't you try to pause the video and do the you try problem and identify in 10 to the third power what is the base and what is the exponent. Alright, in identifying 10 to the third, you should have a base of 10 and an exponent of 3. Alright, so again, now we're going to take a word form of a number and we're going to write it in exponent form. And we're also going to find the value, and if we remember vocab words here, our value is going to be the answer to this expression. So if I have 5 squared, the first thing I'm going to do is write it in exponent form. So my base is 5, and squared means to the second power. And remember, these are together problems, so you should be filling these out in your note packet as you're watching. So my exponent form is 5 to the second power. Now to find the value of this, I'm going to take my base and I multiply it by my exponent. So I'm going to have 5 times 5. 5 times 5 equals 25. So the value of 5 squared is 25. Let's take a look at our next one. My base number is 10. How many times am I multiplying 10 by itself? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 10 to the fourth power. That's how I write my exponent form. Okay? Now, what is 10 to the fourth power? What's the value of that? Well, I'm going to multiply 10 4 times. That's what my exponent is. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. Sorry for my sloppy handwriting. And if we remember back to our multiplication unit, I can do my little shortcut here, and I've got the number 1, and how many zeros am I multiplying by? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros in my final answer. And then I'm going to put my comma in here. So the value of 10 to the 4th power is 10,000. And those of you that like to see color-coded, I'm trying to color-code this for you. Alright, now I'm going to do the 6th power of 2. So power clues me in that 6 is going to be my exponent, and that leaves my base to be 2. So 2 to the 6th power. So what am I going to do here to find the value? Well, I'm going to have to multiply 2 6 different times. 2 times 2 times 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, times 2. Alright, so luckily we just learned how to do order of operations, so I'm just going to start here and I'm going to say 2 times 2 is 4, and then times another 2 is going to be 8. 8 times another 2 is going to be 16. 16 times this 2, 16 times 2 is 32, and then times my last 2 is going to be 64. So the value of 2 to the 6th power is 64. Alright, last example problem. I've got 4 cubed. So my base is 4, exponent. Cubed is one of those special ones. Cubed means 3. So I'm going to end up with 4 times 4 times 4, which is going to be equal to 16, because that's 4 times 4. I'm going to multiply that by my third 4 over here. So 16 times 4 is also equal to 64. So the value of 4 cubed is 64, and in exponent form it's 4 to the 3rd power, written like this. Alright, now you're going to pause your video again and you're going to try these 4 problems, and then alright, let's see how we did on our answers here. 9 cubed. I'm going to write my exponent of 3, or I'm sorry, my base of 9 and exponent of 3. The value of that is 729. So when I take 9 times 9 times 9, sorry, I should have written that out. 9 times 9 times 9 is equal to 729. So 9 to the 5th power, my value is 59,049. Again, that's going to be 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 9. I think that's 5. 4 to the 6th power, same thing. I'm going to multiply 4 6 different times. And 8 squared is going to be 8 times 8, which is 64. Our last slide is what we're going to do tomorrow in class. So you don't need to do your bell work. Just have your packet with you tomorrow in class. And we'll see you then.